I have them folded. Already out in the way, I let your money in the way. I let your money in the sand. I don't know why Kalani just came through. Well, I've been singing that song. I let your money in the sand. If it's just good in the way, if it's good in the way. I'm outside smoking my black and mild, and I said, let me go live while I'm out here smoking. Today, today, what Ice Cube say? Today was a good day. Y'all, my motherfucking niece, she graduated and she walked across that stage. That's one down, three, five more to go. One down, five more to go. It's gonna be a while though for the next one go. It's gonna be a little minute. Tristan with 14, he got 4 more years. So let me go live wide. Sit out here smoking. Yeah, I'm gonna tell y'all something. I went up there to that damn graduation. Now, y'all know I'm natural, right? I don't do the perm with the relaxers. So, and I'm old school with hair beautician. I'm not this new school shit. I don't know all this new stuff that they be using to keep their hair the way they supposed to keep it. But baby, my hair was laid. This lady had me running around the whole goddamn Coliseum, baby. So I had took my goddamn heels off. Socks on with my slides. When I took my motherfucking heels off, them little kids that was over there, they thought I was about to beat the lady up because I took my heels off. I was just swapping out my heels because she said, you got to walk all the way around. I was sweating like a fucking slave. My hair was sweating. I said, what the fuck? The back of my leg was sweating because of that don't that I'm carrying. I said, what the said, what the fuck? It was hot as hell today, y'all. Like hot as fuck. But my niece look good, and y'all, she driving. She got her little Honda. I said, look. I said, look at little Zoe. I'm proud of her. I went out there. I said, damn. My niece ain't. She's still my niece, but my niece ain't a little girl though, but she a grown ass woman. It's 5 more left before they get grown. So let me get on here while I'm smoking. I'm getting ready to go back in. I just came on live just to put my shit. Well, I mean, my goddamn leave out. Y'all look at my goddamn leave out. Nappy as hell. Nappy. And then what was crazy was I ran into this guy I used to talk to. And the reason I spot him was because that goddamn hairline. I said, damn, your hairline about gone. Nigga had to walk. Nigga had to walk out. Nigga hairline was gone, baby. I said, damn, they stressing that nigga out. Their hairline's in the middle. You know, sometimes when you let go of somebody, whether they're a man or a woman, years go by, you see why you let the heads go. I ain't fucking with nobody who hairline is fucked up. And for those of y'all dudes who say that's fucked up, bitch, I'm nearly 50 years old and got a full headline and a whole bunch of hair. It's possible. Once your hairline go to the middle, it take me off the list. Once it go to the middle, take me off the list. Cause hell nah. What y'all doing out there tonight? It's what, 10, 11? It's about to be 11 o'clock. It should be already 11. Okay, go ahead. I'm gonna take me a shower. I think I'm gonna lay it down. I need to start doing hair. That's what the fuck I need to start doing. I need to start doing hair. Cause before my shit got fucked up, people was asking me, they was like, you did that? I said, hell yeah. And the people around where I'm at, they was like, you did that. Yep. So I think I'm about to start doing hair, taking clients. Cause I'm really am nice, like I really am. Some shit. I let your body decide. My damn niece mama the popo. It's like everybody, it's like Soon as I go do law, everybody else doing law. I said, she the popo. They said, hell yeah. I said, what the fuck she become a popo? And I told them, I said, well, I'm gonna be the police too. And they got me fucked up. Lord, it's still hot out here. Y'all, it was fucking 6 a.m. and it felt like it was 95 degrees. 6 a.m. It was 95 degrees. It was hot as fuck. Soon as I came out, I said, oh, it don't never be like this. 6 a.m. I gotta turn my goddamn AC off because it's so fucking cold. And then we go outside, it was fucking hot. As soon as I opened the door this AM, because I went to go make me 2 little waffles, 2 mini waffles. I said, God damn. It was hot to the motherfucker. It was hot as fuck today. It was expeditiously hot. My goddamn leave out is so fucking empty. That's why I need to ask the girls. I should have asked my niece, but shit, she was chilling with her little friends and stuff. Should have asked them. What y'all be putting on y'all hair to make y'all natural stay straight? Cause I'm damn sure not putting no relaxing in my hair. I don't play them games. Oh, so the stick came through the thing. That's why it's like that. I was wondering, why would they do the fence like that? Yeah, I'm getting ready to get off of here. I'm gonna take me a shower, get in the bed, rub my feet together. I think I'm gonna eat some butter pecan ice cream. You know what? I didn't eat shit today, and I should have ate when I was at that restaurant, but I ain't eat. So it's a fasting. My stomach just growled. Y'all ain't hear it. It's an internal growl. I let your man inside already checking the moon. I can't believe my leave out puffy. And I used to talk junk about people. I be like, girl, you know your leave out. We can see your leave out. And now you can see my goddamn leave out. And I cut it because the ends, baby, was through. I think I might cut all my hair off again. It's hot too. Go bald. Go like a boy. I think that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna cut my fucking hair off. It's too hot to be even having fucking hair. Be thinking about having hair. I'm gonna keep my 2 little ugly silly braids. What y'all doing tonight? Oh, fucking tired. Yeah, it's time to go take a shower and go to bed. Take this little dress off. Take my little jewelry off. And go night night. I might put my nieces and nephews on my community board. I was supposed to put something in the community board. I'm gonna have to ask T because I think I was talking to T. Who was I talking to on live that day? I was supposed to put something in the community board. I'm gonna post my little pics up so y'all can see my little nephews and my nieces. They thought they were doing something. Now I ain't gonna post them on the community board. Oh, before I get off, if y'all would like, I'm gonna put it in the community board. If y'all would like to give Zoe something, if you want to, you don't have to. Um, you can for graduation. I forgot somebody asked me was it last week? I can't remember when, but somebody had asked me, did she have a graduation list? And the heifer does. And on that graduation list, baby, I looked at it. I said, I need to get me a few of these goddamn items. She got some good shit on there. I'm talking about some good shit. She got some good shit. So, let's see what else. I don't got no divine messages. I got some, but I don't got nothing to put out. Oh, well, I can't say this. Look, God Almighty said, oh, you always got something. Just hiccup, too. Anything that belongs to God Almighty, because I was given a prophetic message before I came to where I'm at, to this lady. Anything that belongs to God Almighty, you get rid. If you're not already walking in it, this is what's going down. God Almighty people is going to be walking in their purpose. And while we're walking, because we was getting prepared for it, while we're walking in our purpose, the wicked is getting judged. So the wicked is going through hell why God Almighty people is getting abundance. Y'all heard now? Y'all heard that one? Stomach growling like hell. Oh, so if you got a connection with God Almighty, you be your authentic self. You're a pure person. You will be finding the fuck out what your purpose is. What do I mean by that? Because I'm not like these fake spiritualists. Meaning you would know what it is why God Almighty put you here. If you one of these people that be like, oh, well, I know why, you're going to fuck around and find out the hard way. Nobody who God Almighty chooses know what their fucking purpose is. Nobody does. Anybody that tell you when they be like, oh, I know what my purpose is, they're lying. I've never, I'm about to be 38 in what, 2 months. I never 38 special. But anywho, I never in my 37 years on this earth said, you know what, I'm gonna pick me up some tarot cards. I never said I was gonna be a psychic. I never said none of this shit, right? Never, not one time did it ever cross my mind that I would be doing what the fuck I'm doing today. I didn't know what the fuck I was gonna be doing until God Almighty said it. Hey, do this. So when you hear these people that be out here talking about they know what their purpose are, they selling you wolf tickets. Because the only being that know what your purpose is God Almighty. So there's been a lot of people that's been like, well, I don't know what I'm supposed to be doing. God Almighty get ready to tap you right on your shoulder and tell you exactly what the fuck you're supposed to be doing. If you don't get tapped on your shoulder, that's because the devil got the hold on you. You bind it to the devil. And these fake tarot readers said, they put in their messages talking about, y'all bind it to the devil. Start paying attention to these fake spiritualists, because when you hear them say bind it to the devil, that's because they're binded to the devil. They didn't just say that because God Almighty told them to, or they read the energy. They said it because they heard a legit person say it. When people be saying certain stuff, I stay the fuck away from them. When people be like, oh, I'm getting ready to go to church, stay the fuck away from them. When people like, oh, they praise or worship Jesus, I stay the fuck away from them. When people celebrate pagan holidays, I stay the fuck away from them. There's no such thing as a good pagan. No, there's no such thing as a good pagan. Confirmation. No such thing. So if you celebrate pagan holidays, then you fool. Anything that they say, as soon as I hear them say, oh, embody, walk off. Not dealing with nothing that don't, until y'all able to read what y'all will be. When they say a word or say something, whether it's a sentence or try to give you anything, the energy gonna tell you that they're a thief. Or it's gonna tell you that they stole it. It's gonna tell you that they making it up. It's gonna tell you that they're lying. Anytime I come across paths with anybody and they say certain shit, God Almighty tell me. Somebody had messaged me and tried to tell me that a girl was copying me, and I said, nah, she her own person. Because her energy greeted me at the door. When somebody's copying me, my energy will greet me. When I opened the post, like opened the inbox, it was authentic energy. So the person who told me that she was copying me, I told him, I said, nah. And she not like a spiritual person. Like she not up here trying to give out, trying to make it like she a prophet or something. Confirmation. When I be saying stuff, it's strictly for, well, it's not just strictly, because sometimes I would say, well, this is for everybody. But it's speaking on in the field that I'm in. They're all fucking frauds. None of them are chosen prophets by God Almighty. Don't none of them have the instructions or the tools or the equipment that God Almighty give prophets, meaning people who carry divine messages. None of them none of them sit at a table with Archangel Gabriel. None of them don't even know who the fuck he is. To read about him, that means you know of. To know of something means they don't fuck with you. When you know somebody, that means they know you too. So all of these frauds, these witches and warlocks, these fake spiritualists, they're on social media confirmation, say that they're giving out divine messages. For one, God Almighty didn't pick you. For two, why ain't Gabriel energy being present? Once I start speaking about who the divine messenger was, that's when they started bringing up Gabriel inside of readings and shit. At the end of the day, when God Almighty chooses somebody, they're only going to present you with the truth. Meaning, I've never came to you and told you that zodiacs is how you read energy. I never tell you that. Because then I'd be what? Fucking lying. You cannot base nothing off of the divine. I mean, you can't get nothing from the divine based off of fucking zodiac. What you're going to get off of zodiac is pertaining health. Whether a person's sick or not. So I would never get up here and do what they doing. You won't ever see me doing the same shit that they're doing. I don't say love and light. I don't say none of that shit. I do not do, if I'm saying shalom, right? Because I used to say namaste. Then they started saying that. So I stopped saying namaste. And then 2 or 3 people said shalom and then try to put the kiss beside it. I make sure that I stay far the fuck away from what everyone else is doing. I make sure that I don't do nothing that no one else is doing. Why is that? Because God Almighty gave me my own fucking energy. So I'm going to use what God Almighty gave me. You will never see Abraham doing what Moses was doing. You will never see Moses saying what Abraham said God Almighty told them. At the end of the day, if it's 7 prophets, none of us carry the same message. If God Almighty told Sarah, this is what I need you to put out, none of the other 6 will be on that. They all say the same shit. They all do the same shit. They all got the same fucking tarot decks. They all read the same. They all, and some of them try to put their cards the way I laid my cards out. Because before I came in the game, they was doing Celtic crosses, doing all this demonic shit, the shit that God Almighty never told us to do. They was doing a certain kind of spread. So the spreads that they be doing, I asked somebody this a long time ago, where the fuck you think they come from? And don't say God Almighty. Yeah, y'all out there laying cards down the way that the damn demons told you to lay them motherfuckers down. That's how you doing that shit. They all do the same shit. That's how you know that they're not legit. You seeing fake ass spiritualists walk around with the evil eye. So you gonna think that the evil eye gonna protect you more than God Almighty. Real prophets, real people that's chosen by God Almighty that give messages. You will never see us with that fake ass jury on. At the end of the day, God Almighty protect us. God Almighty would be symbolic to the evil eye. And I'm a prime example. You don't see me with no evil eye necklace, bracelet, none of that goddamn jewelry. And when people try to attack me, they get fucked up. How is that so? And the people that do wear that goddamn evil eye jewelry, they be getting fucked up spiritually. What if I told you that that evil eye attracts evil? That's why it's called evil eye. See, they done tricked y'all dumbasses into thinking that it's repellent for evil. But if you notice, because they don't pay attention, they're fake spiritualists. If they took a time to take a step back, they'll see that when you take that jewelry off, it's a different fucking energy. But when you put that jewelry on, negative shit happen. They all wear the evil eye bracelet. They all out here trying to sell you some spray, lying, talking about it get rid of negative energy. Well, if it get rid of negative energy, then why you still got negative energy? Somebody lying. I've never seen God Almighty go to no chosen prophet and say, hey, create this and then go try to sell it. Negative. You a prophet. You ain't supposed to be selling shit. Why is you selling products? How you, if you giving out messages allegedly from God Almighty, you shouldn't be selling products. That's totally 2 different things. So if you out here selling fake ass spiritual products, we already know who put your dust ass up to it. The devil. Because you're supposed to be giving out messages. Then they like to hear names or hear words, and then they like to categorize this. Oh, well, I'm an ascended master. You ain't ascended in shit. So how you ascended master? You not. They give themselves their own fucking names, and y'all just be eating it up. I'm not eating up shit. As soon as they say they're ascended master, I already know they're fraud. Your mind, to be a fucking ascended master, baby, I'm gonna tell you something. The mental must be fucking superb. Yeshua didn't become no fucking ascended master until he started pouring into himself. And he mastered his fucking ascension. That's why Yeshua became an ascended master. That's why you see these fake ass Christians still waiting on that nigga to come back. The nigga done ascended. What that mean? That mean he gone in his spiritual realm. The same shit that Yeshua did, God Almighty wants you to do. What is that? Ascend. Meaning release temptation, release the wickedness, and go inside and ascend. That's what that rose. They talking about, oh, he died and then he rose. The old him. The version that God Almighty didn't create. The version that the devil was trying to trap died. And then Yeshua rose because he was reborn again, meaning he went within and ascended. In order for you to be ascended master, bitch, or nigga, because niggas is bitches too, you supposed to have a lot of fucking knowledge. And if you don't have a lot of fucking knowledge, then you supposed to be having a lot of fucking gifts. If you look at Yeshua, he had knowledge, but he didn't have certain knowledge. Unless God Almighty sent it to him. But that nigga was gifted like a motherfucker. Said the nigga walked on water. Said the nigga turned water into wine. Nigga, they said he did all this shit. Gifted. So how y'all ascended masters in? Your ass to the first D, 2D, 3D. Ascended masters are high frequency beings. Ascended masters are motherfuckers who would never copy nobody. Ascended masters that never look to the left or the right or the back because they're too busy pointing to their own fucking energy. Ascended masters that never be on social media playing with tarot decks. Ascended masters would not be dealing with no boy or no girl that is mistreating them. Ascended masters, if we were on social media, you hear all them talking about, oh, they not monetizing me. Come follow me on TikTok. They been took my monetization away in 2024. Where am I at? YouTube. I don't do this for money. When God Almighty say give a message out, that's free. I don't need no monetization. And I know how to get my monetization back. I could delete 2 videos. Did I delete them? Fuck no. Why? Because I don't fold. I don't bend. I don't conform to what the fuck the devil want me to conform to. If God Almighty said keep motherfucking posting them videos, what the fuck I'm gonna do? The devil can't tell me shit. The devil don't scare me. When it's built in your mind, body, soul, and spirit that evil is weak, you don't fear it, it fears you. When you are your authentic self, I need you to know this. Anything that is evil fears you because it knows the fucking velocity, the power that you hold. So we're going to give a divine message. God Almighty opened up a goddamn portal on my ass. Because here I am walking back and forth giving a fucking message. Said I was going in and take a shower. I was tired. I'm wide awake now. I was hungry. I don't even feel like I'm hungry. That's the difference between being a legit messenger and being a performer. I remember one day, y'all, I was tired as fuck. I really was. I was tired. God Almighty said, give my message first. You know what I did? I gave that fucking message. And I was on the phone longer than what I was supposed to been on. But when I got up the next day, I was well rested and had energy. Can't nobody say I'm lying. I went live when I was tired and I went live when I got off. One thing about it is, God Almighty, when you can't walk, God Almighty will carry you. When you can't do something, God Almighty is able. Therefore, you are able. So if I got to sit up here and copy the next motherfucker, that means I will be a Cain. Mean you not able. Remember this. God Almighty people are individually unique. So whenever you see 2 or something, if Sarah's baking cookies, then you see her friend Becky start baking cookies, you know Becky was chosen by the devil. Because when God Almighty does something, God Almighty will never come to Sarah and say, hey, Brittany baking cookies, I need you to bake them too. Never. If God Almighty needed an extra 200 damn cookies, who the fuck you think God Almighty gonna go to? Whoever the fuck God Almighty designed to bake the cookies. See, the devil's kids, they in competition with who could be the stupidest, the weakest, who can look the the most demonic. And what I mean by that is they don't give a fuck. They just want likes and views. They want to be seen. They want all this stuff. I told somebody today when I was going to the graduation, I said, I don't give a fuck who like me. I don't want to be nobody fucking favorite but God Almighty. Y'all be out here trying to be a physical favorite. I don't give a fuck about being nobody favorite but God Almighty. If God Almighty fuck with me, I don't give a fuck who don't. Whenever I bring my black ass on here and I go live, even if I don't go live, I upload a video, do anything, God Almighty is present. And you can believe that. When you are really walking with God Almighty, you're going to be doing the real shit. And then you're going to have crowds of the devil's kids trying to tell you that what you're doing is not legit. Why? Because what you're doing is going to prove that they're not legit. Remember that. This is how you know that God Almighty got the hand on you. You know I'm not lying because you watch me. The ones who are not fucking legit, they watch the one who is legit. If God Almighty chose them, why ain't they getting messages the way I'm getting messages? Meaning if God Almighty really chose them to be a messenger, why the fuck can't they produce? Why the fuck do they gotta produce some shit that's already been said or done? See, that's how the devil get you. The devil will get you with repetition. If John already put out the dirty spaghetti, the devil will bring the dirty spaghetti back. So I'm saying, telling you, the devil has to sit back and watch, has to wait. Meaning the devil can't move until God Almighty people do. So let me give you an example. Meaning the devil can't bake no red velvet cake with chocolate chips until the divine being make it. Imagine you having to claim that you're great, but in order for you to be great, you're watching somebody else. You have to wait. That ain't how God Almighty work. If God Almighty say that you're great, you're going to show that you're great. You don't have to wait till Sarah get done doing what the fuck she doing in order for you to perform, to become a performer. At the end of the day, I don't give a fuck how many people get mad. But one thing about it is, if you put us all in one motherfucking room, I bet you the truth will come out. And you will see I've never been a hater. I would never hate on no fucking body on this earthly plane. I won't hate on nobody. Nobody has shit that I want. The shit that I want, I got it. A connection with God Almighty. Being divinely protected, being at peace, being genuinely happy. God Almighty put me on YouTube a long time ago. And wasn't nobody watching. Well, it was a few people watching me that was stealing, that were copying, right? But the more I started unveiling my motherfucking gifts and the abilities that I had, the stuff that I could see, the range of things that I could see, past, present, and future, then everybody started watching. Oh, she said, she brought up Ascended Master. I'm going to say I'm Ascended Master. I remember one fake tarot reader said she was Ascended Master and the universe went the other way. I'm like, damn, I ain't never seen you do no shit like that. And if you go back and if you really, because this is how you know if you high vibe or if you low vibe. If you go back and you look at the first video that I did all the way up until now and you start looking out, if you just joined the little tarot community, I don't like to call it that, then you ain't gonna know shit. But people who've always been watching tarot, they was calling people karmics. I started, 2021? They was calling people karmics. And they were saying divine feminine, divine masculine. I was calling people witches and warlocks. Next thing you know, a year later, what's being shown everywhere? Witches and warlocks. When you are really motherfucking legit, you're going to see the stuff that God Almighty told you to pour into is going to be mirrored back, but in a negative way, by the devil's kids. So if I go outside and I jump up and down 2 times, the devil's kids gonna jump up and down 2 times. Why? Because they don't know what the fuck to do. They need the blueprint. The blueprint is who belongs to God Almighty. Give you a prime example. Nicki Minaj didn't come out and just do her own shit. She followed the blueprint. Who the blueprint? Lil' Kim. That's why I don't respect her. I fuck with Onika, I just don't fuck with Nicki Minaj. That's another thing. Alter ego. If I was to become famous, my name would just be Britney Spinks. It wouldn't be no other. That's what I'm telling you. You can all. I'm telling y'all, like you can tell, like the stuff that I know. That's what makes me be able to see through people. When you got the truth with you, meaning God Almighty, and the truth is within you, and you give the truth, that's what's going to be mirrored back to you. So if somebody's standing in front of your face and they lying, the truth is going to be shown. When God Almighty came in my room after my mom died, God Almighty took me in realms and showed me everything, and my spirit already knew, but the physical didn't, and I remembered. I started remembering who the fuck I was spiritually. What was my purpose? Why am I here? Why this happened? Why that happened? All of this stuff. So the stuff that I shared with y'all from day one all the way up until now, it ain't nothing but me. Meaning, God Almighty, this is what God Almighty put in my essence. I don't do nothing that they do. When I say I give divine messages, you don't see me getting up here talk about, oh, you gonna win this money, who coming towards you, who thinking about you. That's the devil. Those are fucking distractions. When you get your ass on the internet, on YouTube, TikTok, social media, and they telling you who coming towards you, who thinking about you, who da 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 da, that's a distraction. That's not a divine message. That is a distraction from the devil, because the devil knows these bitches don't know shit and they can't tell you none of this shit, but the devil know you gonna eat it up. And if the devil got you over there sitting at the table with a spoonful of bullshit, then that means your ass is not sitting at God Almighty table. Y'all sitting up here, anytime I see a crowd of bitches going to a fake tarot reader, I already know those low dimensional bitches. You are watching a tarot reader talk about a love story, and you're always watching them because you want to know if that nigga gonna come back or if that bitch gonna come back. It's because you're sad, you're lonely, you don't love yourself, you don't know your self-worth. So all the harlots and Jezebels and witches, they do watch tarot. Why? Because they don't have no deeper knowing. They don't have self-respect. Bitches be in the comments talking about, oh, he cut me off, but this right here gave me confirmation that he'll be back. All those fake spiritualists lead y'all down the street to where the devil stay at. To lead y'all to walk on the playground. When they tell you, oh, this who coming towards you, it's cap. It's cap. If you didn't lay down and you didn't have no premonition, it's cap. How you for certain it's cap? Why the fuck would God Almighty go tell them, hey, go tell Sarah that time coming towards her? Why would God Almighty skip Sarah to go tell Becky this? Think about it. When y'all be going to these fake spiritualists, the stuff that you be seeing in those realms or in your premonition, it never matches with them. They say something about the physical, you be like, oh, that's me right there. This dude, yeah, he been cheating on me, a girl. No. Remember, spirituality. We don't give a fuck about the physical. We looking at the spiritual. When God Almighty show you that somebody ain't for you, 3333, that means cut them off. Motherfuckers will tell you that they gifted, but use all this extra stuff and still don't be gifted. You gotta use your common sense, y'all. I'm telling y'all, like, I told y'all that the sun was gonna get hot as fuck. I keep telling y'all, like, when God Almighty put that goddamn energy down, y'all better make sure y'all on the right side. I'm not gonna get in trouble because it's already recorded and documented that I done gave out everything that God Almighty told me to give out. So when your ass fail, you're only responsible. Nobody else. Just 2 days ago, somebody was saying something. No, I already said about the favorite God Almighty. And I had told them, I said, what'd you say about the favorite? Yeah, that favor is anointment. Let me look in this room real quick. Yeah, you wanted me to touch back on that. God Almighty people. Remember I said y'all Gary walking y'all purpose. It's because you anointed. They're gonna start, like, let's say you're a person that don't nobody bother. Now all of a sudden people is bothering you. I'm trying to tell you, you're having a spiritual um, a spiritual ascension, meaning God Almighty opened this portal for you. I didn't open shit. When I come to open up a portal, that means, let's say Sarah got a friend that's trying to cause her harm. When I come and open up the portal, that means the friend that's trying to cause Sarah harm about to get fucked up. I'm a portal opener. Like the way Moses led them through the sea, right? When it comes to divine beings, I open up a portal, but I don't lead you nowhere. I put you in front of the portal. You decide you want to walk through it. If you're dealing with an anxious person, I say, hey, you need to cut them off. You give me the vibe, meaning the energy back that you're going to cut them off, I go ahead and open up that portal. And what do I mean by that? Next day, girl be like, oh, well, I kicked them out, and I ain't fucking with them no more. Say 6 months go by, still ain't fucking with them. I could tell when a person cut somebody off for a month, then go back and start fucking with them. Why? Because you're leaving the portal. When you leave the portal is closed. When you're walking, putting that left in front of the right, it's open. It only closes when you close out the cycle, meaning when you get done doing what's in the portal. When they say they open up portals in dimension, they cap. They heard me say it. That's why they're saying it. No cap. Anybody that tell me they can open up portals in dimensions, I'm going to tell them open up one right there. Show me that you open up portals in dimensions, because God Almighty, people don't go by what the fuck you talking. Talk is cheap. Show me. Because we from the show me state. Divine beings don't move off assumption or unknown. We move off of truth, for certainty. So we need to be for certain that you're gifted. Show me that you're gifted. You can't show me that you're gifted, it's because you're not gifted, period. In divine timing, y'all about to see that these bitches are frauds. Niggas too, because niggas is bitches too. But I'm not here to make sure that y'all know that they're fraud. My thing is for you to make sure that you know the difference between a fraud and a legit one. Because if God Almighty put a fraud on your path and then send you a legit one, and you roll with the fraud, you fail. And this ain't a test where if you fail, you get another try. Or if you fail, you get no. If you fail, that's it. Everybody ain't getting tested the same day. I already saw what God Almighty doing. God Almighty is getting rid of all the weak, the losers. Whether that's real death or spiritual death. Either way it go. They're not a part of the damn divine. You can't be a part of the damn divine and you copying, you lying, you cheating, you stealing, you gossiping. You a part of the devil's playground. Because that's where that shit go down at. I never get up here and try to pretend that I'm something that I'm not. Give you a prime example. A girl got on my live and talking about you an oracle. And if anybody that remember, I went in. I'm not no fucking oracle. And people was wondering, they was like, why you get so crunk? Well, because I'm not no fucking oracle. You not about to see, when you really tap in, you know spiritual laws, you know the damn sacred knowledge. You don't claim nothing that God Almighty didn't put on your energy. God Almighty didn't put in my DNA that I was an oracle. So why the fuck would I say I'm an oracle? Oh, because it get me likes and views. Well, let me tell you something about getting likes and views. Getting those likes and views put you in a position where God Almighty don't fuck with you because you chose likes and views. So did I get on my channel and proceed to say that I'm an oracle? Fuck no. And every chance that I got, I made sure motherfuckers knew I'm not no fucking oracle. I'm not going to get up here and pretend to say that I'm an oracle. And then when God Almighty put the energy down, the real legit oracles get to fuck me up? Fuck no. Fuck no. Do you not know what an oracle can do? And I'm not talking about the pagan ones or the ones that the fake elite described or what these fraudulent motherfuckers be. Y'all don't know what a real oracle is. If you knew what the fuck an oracle is, you would never call yourself an oracle unless God Almighty deemed you, meaning you got a pass. Let's say Sarah said she was an oracle and she really wasn't, but Becky is. You know what Becky gonna do? Becky gonna put that belt to that ass. Because if she don't put that belt to that ass, then God Almighty gonna put belt to her ass. Why? Because she saw that Sarah wasn't no goddamn oracle. And when you see that she's not an oracle, Becky was supposed to speak up, do something, stop it. put the energy out there. That's why every time somebody say that, I be like, nope, they're fraud. God Almighty people reveal the truth. We do not, we don't do that bullshit. If God Almighty said, hey, this person's a liar, I'm going to say you're a liar. I'm not going to say, oh, well, no, I'm not going to do that because I might lose my social status. Fuck social status. I don't want to lose my divine protection from God Almighty. I don't want to lose my divinity. I don't give a fuck about likes and views. So, because everybody wanted me, just making it up because it wasn't everybody, because everybody wanted me to be an oracle or thought that I was one. You thought I was going to perform for them? Anytime the devil tried to get me to fucking perform, decapitation. Hey, get up there and say love and light, psych. Hey, get up there and read cards. And this one right here, God Almighty said it. I ain't ever came in the game and read cards the way that they read it. They starting to say, oh, well, 7 plus 5, this is 12. They starting to, they're, when you do something a certain way, and then other people start doing it, you can see it. You can see it. Probability, percentages, adding numbers, hearing noises outside while I'm giving a reading. I'm the blueprint, whether people want to believe it or not. In divine timing, I'm telling y'all, it's quick. June is the month, July is the month, and August is the month. And I'm not talking about the month where God Almighty changed the energy. Oh, God Almighty gonna change some energy, but it ain't for everybody, it's just for me. I'm speaking on my energy. I got a fucking lineage, right? Remember when I told y'all that my lineage came out? I got a second lineage. So listen to this real quick. I got a second lineage. And what I mean by second lineage is like, okay, you're right, God Almighty, because people be stealing. I got a second lineage that's getting ready to hit down. And that's any day. Meaning they already in position. Meaning, you know how like you got to get on the road to get from Georgia to Florida? That's what they doing. And I'm waiting for them to get here. The day that they get here, it's going to be a change in a lot of shit. A lot of shit. Bitches who's sitting back now, y'all don't see them, but I see them in the realm. Oh, I wish I wouldn't have never copied her. Oh, I wish I wouldn't have never spoken her. Da, da, da. All of them, and some of them ain't spiritualists. Why? Because God Almighty fight for me. And because I've been obedient to God Almighty, my second lineage get ready to hit down. The fake elite know what that mean. They know exactly what the fuck that mean. So remember how they was once treating me, right? Trying to blackball me, put me to the back and all that. I bet you I'll be on the front for it. Remember, it's their algorithm. So by me showing up in the algorithm, that's what I'm telling you. That lineage, that second lineage mean business. Soon as they pull up, I'm telling you, if you own the list, and I know y'all like, what list? The list that was trying to speak ill will or do anything, they coming for you. It's about to be, it's the heat, it's the sun is getting hot. It's about to be a lot of fucking deaths due to not natural causes. You know how some people die and they just sleep? No, like people gonna be dying from heat strokes, illnesses, sicknesses, stuff like that. It's because they spirit done came back and gave a report. Oh, I had to flee because they was doing X, Y, Z. And for those of you who want to know, is my second lineage? You don't have a second lineage. Not being cocky or arrogant, just telling you the truth. You don't. And it's the reason why I got two lineage. They're all the same, but it's just two lineage because they both carry two different energies. I was shocked, just like y'all was. I said, two lineage? What the fuck? I said, this don't even make sense. Somebody lying. Then God Almighty showed me. I went in the rim and I seen them. Looked like they was on horses traveling to where the fuck I'm at. I said, oh, okay. Same DNA. This is okay. Well, this is legit then. And anybody, let's say you was on let's say my first lineage got your ass. That don't mean you good. You still gonna get fucked up. But this is for the people who kept doing shit, and they wouldn't stop. This is for the people who thought that they were greater than God Almighty. This is for the people who whatever that they were searching for or needed. Well, as long as people hold me in high regards and disregard her, I'm telling you, second lineage should be here. Today Friday, right? They might pop up tomorrow because tomorrow's Sabbath day. I'm telling you. As soon as I see them motherfuckers in my realm, I already know. Anybody who tried to cause me harm, you good as dead. If y'all knew this, what energy that the second lineage carry, you wouldn't have never tried to make me fool. My second lineage is in a book. There's two likes on here. My second lineage, I saw the two. My second lineage is in a book. And it's a book that the fake elite hide, but I feel like a few people done read the book or got a hold to it or already got it. My lineage, my second lineage is in that book. Labeled as great, well known for being great warriors. The fittest, the elitist, the strongest. Like this, the second lineage is straight. Like I ain't gonna say they ain't got no knowledge because they could still be smart. But the energy that they push is the art of war, the art of battle. It's violence, basically. Oh shit. Who sing that song? Violence. They started singing this song. They getting close. Every time I forgot when I be speaking on it, that mean they getting closer. And tomorrow, they might pop up tomorrow. But they in that book. And anybody who stepped foot on their land or tried to fight them died by the bag. Their second lineage is the fighters. All my divine forces are fighters, but these are motherfuckers. That's what their purpose was to fight. And I'm not saying, oh, that was the only thing they were doing. No. When those other people tried to come on their land or wherever they was, God Almighty gave them the energy to fight. So that was their purpose for that situation, that fucking scenario. And they whooped ass. I'm talking about whooped ass real bad. It's like the second lineage, my second lineage is like y'all first lineage. Like let's say you got your first lineage, right? Because you don't got two. Some of them are in the book too. Let's say you've been putting that left in front of that right, and you finally ascended. You can unlock a message from a divine force or ancestor, same shit. They in that book. It's a book where it got nothing but black people. And it tells you stories about how they killed the devil, basically. The devil could have been an old plantation slave owner and they killed his ass. It's basically about them defeating the devil. Because only the devil would try to walk on your land and tell you it's mine now. No the fuck it ain't, as if you wasn't gonna fight for it. See, a lot of these motherfuckers that's the devil's kids, they come from weak background. Somebody stepped on their land and said, come out this house, it's mine, they walked the fuck out. That's why the devil's kids dislike the divine beings, because when them motherfuckers walked on our land and said, oh, you gotta get the fuck out, we decapitated them. They never had the balls, the strength, the wits, nothing to do those things. So they'll never be in those books. It's a divine library, and I'm the librarian. And for those of y'all saying, no, you're not, go back years ago when I first ascended. I said, damn, they got me in this room with all these goddamn books and shit. So I started reading some of the books, and I said, damn, some of the people that's going to be on my live are in these books. Probably a week, month, whatever. I said, damn, some of these people that's on my live wrote some of these books. I never knew who the physical flesh was. I was just reading energy. I said, this energy be on my live, or it's going to be on my live. It's going to be watching me. When it comes to the high frequency, the ones that's really gonna be here to fuck shit up behind God Almighty, I'm telling you, if you ain't came across this channel, you not one of the top tier. And for those of you who saying I'm capping, look at the stuff that I put out. It's top tier. You cannot go to those pagan books. You can't go nowhere and get the shit that I bring you. Anybody who was led here by God Almighty, because that's who told you to come here to get this fucking spiritual sacred knowledge. You top tier. God Almighty didn't have you going over there to the fake spiritualists. God Almighty sent you over here because you really got a purpose. If God Almighty put a purpose in you, how the fuck would you would have activated by listening to them? Think about it. They tell you they give you divine messages, but tell you who coming towards you or who thinking about you. That's not a part of the damn divine. The divine don't give a fuck who thinking about you. The divine don't give a fuck who coming towards you. Why don't they give a fuck? Because they hold that down. Meaning, if Sarah say, I'm going to come and fuck you up, the divine not going to let her fuck you up. So why would they be worried about Sarah? They wouldn't even be, after they heard Sarah say that, they back to doing what the fuck they were doing. They possibly didn't even hear her. The divine is always going to fight. It's going to always protect you. They tell y'all that they giving you intuitive messages, but nothing that they do is intuitive. Nothing that they do involves their third eye. Nothing. Even if they say they're showing me. Who is they? What they showing you? Bullshit. Y'all better know the difference. I'm telling you, if you don't know the difference, you fool. When God Almighty put that energy down, God Almighty don't give a fuck if your ass ain't ready. You want to know why? Because you should have been pouring into whatever the fuck God Almighty told you to pour into. If you pouring into yourself, meaning loving yourself, healing yourself, while you're in the midst of doing those things, God Almighty reveals and speak to you and show you shit. Tell you more. The more you put that left in front of that right, the more you pour into yourself, the more you ascend. When you go up against yourself, you decline. Confirmation. The way that I give out messages or the style that I do is mine. You're not going to find it nowhere else. You can see the devil try to motherfucking copy it. But the devil not smart enough to know, hey, you must embody the energy. That's why when you say, oh, such and such, don't shit happen. Because you don't embody the energy. When a fake spiritualist say, oh, if they copying me, this is what's going to happen to them. Ain't nothing going to happen to nobody. Ain't nobody copying them. Nobody copies a loser. They copy the greats. Do you see anybody out here not copying Michael Jackson? Why? Because he great. Nobody say, hey, let me copy that loser. Who the fuck saying that? The devil don't even want to copy them. The devil only use the losers to attack. Well, I go up against a god or a goddess. The devil don't even want the losers. The devil don't even want the losers. The devil don't go after what the devil already have. The devil go after what the devil don't have. The devil don't even want the losers. They walk on the playground willingly, and the devil don't want them. The devil don't say, hey, to another demon, we gonna get that demon. No. The devil go get his demons, see a divine being, and try to attack. The devil don't even want them. They don't want themselves. I'm trying to tell y'all, when God Almighty put this energy down, I can't wait for it. And I kept telling you, I said from this day forward, probably about 2 years ago, I said all this shit, I'm going to get the last laugh. I don't give a fuck how you feel about it. You can speak or whatever the fuck you want to do. My shit is already ordained. It's written in stone. It's written in fucking divinity. As long as I continue to be my authentic self and put God Almighty first, who the fuck are y'all? No fucking body. There's power in my tongue. So if anybody copying me, they're going to become terminally ill. I don't give a fuck if it take them a year to get terminally ill. Did they become terminally ill, though? That's the point. See, a divine being don't give a fuck about when. We give a fuck about it's going down. When I first started out, I told about P. Diddy. After I did P. Diddy, I said, oh, I see bitches copying, so let me switch up. And I went to Booty Hole Lips, a.k.a. Jay-Z. What are they doing? God Almighty is not dictating what they put out. The devil is. Social media. If If they post on the news today that somebody died, watch all them bitches try to do readings. Did God Almighty or did it, or was it on the news? Oh, okay. You can't say that God Almighty told you to do something, but you getting it from physical. God Almighty is spiritual. I've never, I won't ever do none of the stuff that they doing because it goes up against what God Almighty said. If God Almighty said, hey, don't be doing no goddamn zodiac readings, I'm not gonna be doing them. God Almighty told me since day one, my people is not a part of a collective. Until you reach this point of your timeline, use that word. For what then? Why would I use that? I didn't know at the time that God Almighty was gonna be saying everything that I'm telling you to do is to show that motherfuckers are frauds. They do exactly what the fuck you do. I said, what? And then divine timing, years through a year went by. I started seeing motherfuckers copying me. That fake ass magical flowers, all them bitches. In order for, you gotta know a trickster spirit. They wasn't talking about, well, their God is the devil, but they wasn't talking about God Almighty. Once they started hearing me say, oh, you're a fraud, if God Almighty this, God Almighty that, da da da, they switch. If you're new, then you're just enjoying the ride. If you've been rocking with me since sliced bread, then you remember years ago back me saying that. And what are they doing now? Exactly. It's not chosen when you copy a physical. My physical self said witches and warlocks. Then they went from divine feminine, divine masculine. Oh, these are witches. These are warlocks. When you in your purpose and you push what God Almighty told you to push, you're going to see all the devil's kids pop up. Wasn't nobody sanding fucking stone until you started sanding stone. Now everybody want to sand stone. A motherfucker like me that's high frequency is going to tell you, oh, everybody want to be like you. Motherfucker like, why you say that? Because look at all these motherfuckers over here trying to sand stone. Motherfucker be like, how you know that? I can read your energy. You are the original. You are the blueprint. You is who God Almighty chose to sand stone. The rest of these motherfuckers saw how you was getting loved, liked, or how you had so much knowledge, whatever, money, social status, whatever, and they decided to be a follower. Not a follower of God Almighty, a follower of the devil. Because only the devil do what the next motherfucker doing because he can't create. If the devil could create, it wouldn't be bad. Shit going on in the world. But the motherfucker can't create. The motherfucker can't create Amazon. The motherfucker couldn't invent the goddamn light bulb. Motherfucker couldn't create nothing. So what did the devil do? Copy. Why? Because he can't create. The devil will watch what the fuck I'm doing, then get on his platform and try to recite what the fuck I said. Why? Because I'm legit. So if I'm legit and they're listening or copying what I'm saying, he thinking that he's going to be viewed as legit. But see, if it's a crowd of 50, the ones who belong to God Almighty is going to read right through them. It might not be the first day, might not be the second one, but eventually they're going to see right through their ass. Once you see them doing the same shit, remove yourself. Once you see somebody doing if you done seen it already, meaning Lil' Kim already did that pose. So when Nicki Minaj seen it, don't nobody give a fuck about Nicki Minaj. If you seen something already and motherfuckers is doing it, stay the fuck away from them. I'm telling you. That's a Judas. A Judas sat at the table with them. Peter wasn't going for that. A Judas sat at the fucking table with them. Because the motherfucker pretended well. But had a ascended master, a high frequency being been at that table, this era, it would have went something different. See, Peter was about that action. He was like, I'll fuck them all up, basically. Everybody else didn't make like Peter, though. What I'm telling you is 2 watermelons do not sit on God Almighty table. It's only 1 watermelon, 1 grape, 1 orange, 1 apple, 1 strawberry, 1 kiwi, 1 lemon, 1 lime. Once you see 2 on the table, that means you are sitting at a table that the devil prepared. When you sit at a table that God Almighty prepared, it's only 1. If it's 2, that means male and female. But as far as purposes, it'll never be 2 watermelons. If God Almighty needed somebody to lead that group across the ocean, God Almighty already got it. It was Moses who was chosen. Nobody else could do it. So if Abraham and all of them tried to do what Moses was doing, them books would have been different. Them books would have been different. That's why they took all the information from out that Bible, y'all. They took so many books. The stuff that they took, I got it in my DNA. That's why I'm able to recite it. If you looked at that Rush Hour movie, and I just seen that just 2 days ago, the lady had the code on the back of her head. They looking for it, and it's on her person. There's no need to be nefarious. There's no need to trick nobody. If I got to do extras in order for you to do X, Y, Z, then it ain't meant. But y'all, I'm about to get up off of here because I've been on here for an hour. Make sure that y'all know the difference. Because when God Almighty come and test your ass and you fail, you gonna know that you failed. Let's say you was getting money all of a sudden now you broke your shit. Can't get this, can't get that. That's because you failed. So y'all better make sure y'all be passing. With that being said, damn, it smell like straight weave in here. And pump it up. HBB's the divine being, so I gotta take this shit off. I gotta take this weave out. Y'all, I looked before the heat tore my damn hair up. Telling y'all, I look good. I'm talking about real good. Hold up, I'm taking my damn jewelry off. Well, I'm about to get off any damn way, but taking my damn jewelry off. What's up, Broderick? How you doing today? You have a good day? I had an amazing day. Shit, I got necklaces on too. Take these lashes off. I'm doing grand. That's good to hear. I thought I was gonna be cute walking outside. Forgot a bitch was natural. Hair got nappy as hell. It wouldn't even got that damn nappy if it wasn't for that lady. Hey, I took my damn, this lady was telling me I had to walk all over fucking way around, right? But I had heels on. So I took my heels off, and them young kids thought I was about to whoop that lady ass. They was like, everybody know what that means. You taking them shoes off. We thought you about to whoop her ass. Say, hell no. She told me I had to walk all the way around taking these shoes off, put my goddamn slides on. They thought I was really about to beat that lady up. Them kids out there. Oh. I gotta take me a shower too. I'm about to sleep real good. Damn, my necklace could have had came off. That shit wasn't even clipped all the way. But I would have felt it. That shit would have felt right in between my boobs. My little dress is cute. My legs is big. Damn. I went out there looking like a Hawaiian silky. The heat got to me and made me look like a chia. Turned into a chia pet real quick. The girl told me, shit, nah, I ain't get no goddamn relaxer, baby. I'll just be chia pet. I thought I put my little flat irons in my pocketbook, but I must have been rushing because I had to get my nieces them damn flowers. Them damn roses I got her is so fucking... Oh, I got one because two of them fell off. No, one of them fell off. The other one I put back in there. This is what her roses look like. This is... Oh, shit. Don't fuck it up. And I kept it because it hit the dough. Now look at this beautiful flower. Hold up. Ain't that pretty? Ain't that pretty? I got her some blue. This is why I got it, because her school colors was blue. But I also got it because y'all know I fuck with blue. Blue my color. I said, look at the little roses. Oh, I got to take this weave out. You know what? I can wear my hair like this, but just don't put no bangs in it. I'm about to start doing hair. Oh shit, let me take these earrings off. I know I am once I get off. It's been a long work week. What, taking a shower, going to sleep. That rose is beautiful, ain't it? As soon as I seen them motherfuckers, I said, whoop, that I knew which flowers to get her. Get my niece some roses, give her some flowers while she could still smell them, you feel me? Okay, took my every time. What? Take off. Oh, Michael, you right. My fucking lashes. Let me take these goddamn lashes off. I've been wearing the same fucking lashes for like a month. But I only wear them like sporadically. I'm gonna comb this weave. You know what? I'm gonna keep this in here because all I gotta do is curl it and flat iron it. Comb this. Where my bonnet at? My pocketbook. Boy, my goddamn hair got turned nappy as shit. Oh yeah, I could have just wore a regular ponytail. That's what I'm gonna do next time because that goddamn. Oh, let me take this outfit off. Whew, about the butts. God damn. Take me a motherfucking shower and go to bed. Take this damn bra off. Yes, indeed. You still on 12s? Oh yeah, let me turn this way just in case the paper go up. Nobody see me naked. Okay. Cause I just seen that shit go up a little bit. I said, oh hell no, the camera's turned the other way. I want my body on the goddamn internet. Yeah, it's time to go to sleep. I'm scratching. Take these goddamn lashes off. They just came right off. Oh, never mind. I don't got no clothes on. I could say, y'all look at my lashes. They still in top tier shape. I had these motherfuckers. I was wearing these bitches in May. Back to normal. I'm about to take this ponytail out. I ain't about to go sleep this shit in my goddamn head. I lied. Go sleep the tracksuit and not no goddamn ponytail. Yeah, I'm about to get off it. Damn, I'm big-ish. I ain't know I was this big. Damn. I'm big as hell. If you see me, you're probably like, girl, you ain't big. I'm big compared to what I'm supposed to be. I'm big as shit. Child, I'm about to get up off here because I'm about to pee. Y'all have a beautiful night. I'm about to get my ass in the shower. Then I go to sheep. What's up, Vera? I mean, hola, Vera. 5, 6 days again. Damn. I do apologize. I'm sitting right on the toilet. I forgot I'm going live. It's time for me to get up off of here. I'm about to go to sleep. I've been up all day. What y'all eat today? I ain't eat shit. Nothing. Oh, yes, I did. I'm lying. I had 2 small. Did I even eat both of them waffles? I think I ate just one. I threw the other one in the trash. I had a waffle pie like at 7 something, 8 something. Chicken strips. That sounds good as hell. Right now, we ain't got nothing to eat. Everything closed. I got some cup noodles. I'm going to bed. I'm not eating shit. I'm going to sleep. I mean, I'm tired. I'm tired. The sun whooped my ass, which it really didn't. It just whooped my hair. I gotta hurry up and get on my shit because I gotta go chill with my nephews. I really had a ball chilling with my nephews. They had me cracking the fuck up. I was laughing the whole fucking time. I said, y'all motherfuckers is off the chain. My nephew Tristan is greedy as fuck. He greedy as hell. But I told him, I said, all of us greedy though. Greedy as fuck. It don't make no sense. They went to some Hispanic restaurant. I ain't want none of that shit. The vibes. I ain't like the vibes that was in there anyway. Then the owner gonna tell me, oh well, we doing gratuity. I said we not doing no gratuity nothing, cause I'm not with no fucking party. I said my nephews, this is what they ate, and this is what I'm paying for. I said so get up out my face. Ain't no goddamn gratuity. And did I get a waitress a tip? I did, but I know how they do when it comes to tipping people that are waitresses or waiters. You need to ask before you tip them. You need to ask, hey, do they make y'all split tips? Hey, do you have to wait to the next pay period? Those are the important questions that you need to ask before tipping people. Let's say you get a waitress and they got to split tips. You should ask. So then if you just want to give that waitress some money, you just put it in her pocket, slide it to her. I always ask. Because I remember one day I had gave, well, I didn't give it to her, I took it back. I never put it in her hand, though. I'm not an Indian giver. Um, I was going to give her a $10 tip, and when she said we all got to split it, I said, no, ma'am. And I'm not even going to lie, I took that girl cash app, and I cashed apped her. Because I said, ain't no way in the hell you going to split this. People need their money. They need the tips. It wasn't that I was complaining about them adding a tip. I was going to give her a tip regardless. You're just not gonna give her no tip, and then she have to wait to the pay period to get it, or however they do it. I don't do stuff like that because them people might need to buy them some cigarettes. They might need to put gas in their car. They might need to buy their kids a loaf of bread or something. So get them that money, personally. And she looked at me. She said, "Thank you." And I said, "Nah, because I don't play that. I make sure if you serving me or you doing my table, I'm going to ask the right questions. How they treat you with that tip. Do they make y'all split it? Do they make you do this and do that? Oh, hell no. You ain't got to split nothing. Take this. Take it this." I feel like when it comes to hospitality, they need to raise the pay rate. They talking about waitress and waiters get fucking tips. Okay, well, let me tell you something. It's jobs where people get their regular pay, right? And people tip them. What's the difference with a waiter or a waitress? Oh, because they're getting tips. Not every day they get tips. And they say, oh, we'll pay them the regular. No, they should be getting a regular pay rate like everybody else. Shouldn't no waitress or waiters be getting paid no $5, $2.50, $3. And I know y'all like, I know you lying. No. You might want to Google it. They might be getting paid $3 now, 4.50 or something, but they be giving them that shitty ass pay. And for those of you who working a job and they slaving you and you getting shitty ass pay, you do what you want to do, but remove yourself because you get free choice of will. The longer you stay there, the longer God Almighty gonna allow you to get crumbs because that's what you chose. We the people. We need to start fucking telling them what the fuck it is. Hold up. I had to flush the toilet. I had to wash my hands. Watch out, Michael said, "Why would you wash your hands? You gotta get right in the shower." I am too. That was crazy. One more time. I had to wash my damn hands. Let me take my belly button ring out. Yeah, I'm about to get up off here. So I'm about to go to sleep. Keep yawning. Hey, y'all, before I get off of here, let me tell y'all something. I had this cheap ass weave that I had bought a long time ago, right? So I never used it. So today, I had did my hair and I was just chilling. And then I'm getting ready to curl the weave and the weave wouldn't fucking curl. So I had to go up to the hair store and get me some weave. My niece graduated. I mean, graduation started at fucking 4. I had to get the hair at 2 something. I had to do my whole head over. I'm so glad I chose this easy style because if I would have sewed that damn weave in and that or glued it in and that shit didn't fucking curl, oh, I would have been pissed. Yeah, I'm gonna take this ponytail out because I can put it. No, I'm not, because then I'm gonna have to put the weave in a bag. I'm gonna roll it up in a ball. I'm about to start wearing ponytails. Oh, y'all, put in the comments if you know. Yeah, I took a pic. I might put that one in the community board. If y'all know, damn, I was getting ready to ask you, girl, but you don't flat iron your hair like that. But shit, you still might know some stuff. But damn, we got different textures of hair. You got that. That was a door, y'all. That wasn't me pulling. And even if it was, you couldn't smell it. That was a door. Um, we got different textures of hair. You got that Pocahontas girl. I got that Harriet Tubman. So I need to I need to figure out what the girlies be putting on their damn leave out. So it don't what the natural girlies be putting on their leave out. So it don't get nappy because it's hot. What my razor at? It's it's right here. I'm like, here with the top. Looking, I'm like, put the top on there. Okay. Cause I need to know. I don't I'm used to going to somebody else and letting them do my hair, so I don't ever have to worry about that. But those times that I think about it, I had a relaxer. But being natural, that's why I say I think I'm about to start doing hair too here. But I don't know, I'm gonna have to get some clientele around here. I'm about to start doing some hair. Everybody was shocked. It was like, you did that? I said, hell yeah, I did it. The fuck? I know how to do hair. I know how to braid. I know how to do sew ins. I know how to do ponytails. Only thing I do know how to do feed ins. Or not feed ins, knotless. I know how to do feed ins, I know how to do all that. My mama taught me learn how to do stuff for yourself. So I learned how to paint nails, toes. I learned how to do my own hair, all that. Cause my mama said it's gonna be, cause when you a kid, you don't know what the adults know. So it's gonna be a time you ain't got no money. You better know how to do something. So I didn't pay to get my hair done. I did my own hair. Roll it on Dax Green. Is that little stick thingy? She's talking about wax. That wax stick. That's what the fuck I should have got. I ain't know. I even forgot that I was damn fucking natural for a little minute. Till I went outside. It wasn't bad though. It was just a little poof. When that lady had me run around and do all that stuff, then it got real bad. And then I ran into one of my old fucking friends that I grew up with. And I walked, because I said, hey, are the graduates coming around here? And then I just kept looking at her. I said, hey, is your name Keisha? She said, it sure is. I said, you don't remember me? She said, no. I said, Brittany Spinks. And she said, oh my fucking, I said, girl, that was my motherfucking dog, y'all. Me and Keisha, we used to go everywhere. It was crazy. She said, my name Keisha. I said, that's my fake name. She said, your fake name. I said, yeah, when people ask for my name, I tell them that my name Keisha. I told her, I said, it was meant for us to be friends. That was the name I used. What's your name, Keisha? Shit, Keisha from Belly, bitch. It feel good. I think you got it also in the U.S. Yeah, we do. Cause as soon as you said that wax stick, they showed me it looked like a roll-on deodorant, but it's not. It's for the hair. I'm gonna have to get one of them. But if that shit expensive, I ain't getting it. I don't got time for that. I gotta save my coins. Ooh, so I gotta get me a car. Once I get me a car, I'm gone. And then you know what? I tried to go get a rental car. Uh, was it yesterday? Yeah, yesterday. And I couldn't get it, so I do need a credit card. I think I'm gonna go ahead and apply for a credit card, but I don't want to apply. I'm ready to get me a car and get gone. I was gonna save up the money to purchase it out, but the way my mind is set up is like I need a car ASAP. I do not want to do car payments again, but that's what it might be. Cause to pay it out of cash, that means I gotta stack. I gotta save. If I go up there, here it's cheap. I know it is. Everything. Well, I ain't gonna say everything cheap over there. Cheaper than the U.S. Only thing they probably mess y'all up on is taxes. Like they probably tax y'all high, but shit, I'd rather have that because y'all got all these other good damn benefits. Great benefits. The way they do y'all work, everything, school, everything. It's like y'all on the P system, whether you think about it. I mean, if you think about it or not, y'all on the P system. The Americans is on a damn stress, worry. Capital One either Opus is good. What you mean? Oh, you talking about what is in your wallet to get a credit card? Capital One. See, I was looking up Discover, but they had me when they was like, "Oh, you gotta put $300 down, and then you gotta wait 7 months to get that." I said, "Oh hell no, that's my money. You get my goddamn money back." So I got to talk to a representative for them to explain to me all the small fine print and all this stuff. Once I talk to a representative, then I decide if I want to put that on there. Because as far as just reading, hell no. You could interpret it the way you want to, but that ain't what the rules or the laws is. So I'm going by, we have 21% tax and food, 9% tax. Yeah, they try to get y'all with those taxes, but y'all, the way, because remember when you told me how they do y'all taxes, they go ahead and take it. In America, they wait till people get to the end of the year and tell them that they got to pay. It's really high here. Yeah, but y'all got all those damn amenities and stuff, though. Like, that's why I said the only thing that y'all got is like the tax. Y'all tax is high because I remember you was telling me that. But outside of that, y'all got all that good stuff. You got real food. You feel me? I take high taxes if the food is real. We got high taxes here with fake food. The fuck out of here. That's what this, and I ain't talking about you, bro. I'm talking about the fake elite. They treat Americans so fucking dirty. Like they treat Americans wrong. They don't give a fuck about Americans. They got veterans who go fight they wars, but then you go on the streets and they begging for change. That's why I said they need to let me run America, baby. If I ran America, oh my lord, it wouldn't be no evil nowhere. I know y'all like that's cap. No, it wouldn't. I'm telling you. They would get put down like dogs. You know, when they be like, oh, your dog's sick, it's over for him. Well, I got to put little Roscoe down, put him down like Roscoe. It wouldn't be no homeless people here, nowhere, none. If one person homeless, then we all homeless then. Because, everybody going to have a dwelling. They ain't got to go be a slave to pay no bills. Because basically, you go to work to pay bills. You don't go to work to live life. You go to work to pay bills. Like whoever created this fuck man system, they need to, yeah, go ahead, God Almighty, remove them permanently in their bloodline. Cause if you keep their bloodline, then that motherfucker gonna come next in line and do it. But if you don't got job, you get discount on your rent, on your medical month bill, you get social money if you don't have a job. See, but that's what I'm saying. That's why I tell you, that's why I'm telling you, Vera, it's good where y'all at. That high tax, don't nobody care because they take it. It's like the way that they take it is in the beginning. The way they do that shit here in America, hell no. A motherfucker mama could pass away and a motherfucker talking about give my money. Over there where you at, they done already took the money. See, that's why I think I'm gonna move. I think I'm well. I ain't gonna say I'm gonna move to Netherlands. God grace, I think I'm gonna go where the Asian people at. Chinese people. But I know if I needed like another country to go to, I know I definitely would visit Netherlands. Cause first I gotta go to Asia first. I gotta go to China. Cause they got cheap shit and it's high tech, like a apartment. Cause I ain't gonna say a house, an apartment right over there in China is probably like $500, right? A two-bedroom apartment is probably $500 over there. A two-bedroom apartment here in America is probably like 1,000 and something, right? But if you look at the Chinese apartment versus the 2,000 apartment, that $500 apartment, everything that is in that apartment is high. It's damn 2080 technology. Meanwhile, they charging almost $2,000 for 2026 technology. Those fucking apartments come with wash machines and dryers, but they are energy savers. The light bills that they have over there is not. That's why I said, damn, you come over here in America, motherfuckers' light bills be goddamn $300 fucking. And old people, you get stat money when you turn 65. You got food banks. We got all that stuff too, like food banks and shit, but they be stingy with it. Like, that's why I can't wait till I'm wealthy, man. I'm telling y'all, I'm not playing. Now I'm not gonna be able to depend on how much money I got. I'm not gonna be able to do the whole damn world. I know I won't be able to do that. Um, but I will be able to do a great number. I'm telling you, it's about making a change, but not a change so I can be viewed in high regards or people can say, "Oh, she no." It's about showing people a different way, a different route. Show people, hey, we all can eat. We all can win. We all can eat some chips. You know what I'm saying? Ain't no need for me to be hating on Vera because she got chips and I want chips. No, we all can get chips. That's why I created this YouTube, not just to give divine messages, but I already knew God Almighty people is isolated. You be by yourself. Everybody got over here. It's a safe haven. You got people, it's a lot of people over here that didn't have nobody to help them, but they came here and HVBs helped them, or I gifted them something. If we wouldn't have never been here, because you gotta speak truth. If we wouldn't have never been, if I would have never created this YouTube, to think about it now, who would have helped us? Exactly. It's strength in numbers when the numbers are positive. Everybody that's on this channel in divine timing, because y'all can be wealthy before I become wealthy. We gonna do good in the world. We already doing good in the world, but we gonna make it a better place. And it ain't a better place so we can for social status. It's a better place because it needs to be a better place. There's no way in a great fuck I'm a billionaire and there's people that's fucking homeless. There's no way I'm a fucking billionaire and there's kids who allegedly need surgery because I'm spiritual. I would look in the spiritual realm and see what they could get. And motherfuckers is not giving them the surgery. They want money. If you came to me, let's say I was a doctor, and if you didn't get a specific surgery, you could die. I don't give a fuck about your insurance. I don't give a fuck about your money. I give a fuck about your life, your well being. So what am I going to do? Perform the fucking surgery. Not over here. You ain't got no insurance, got no money. They don't give a fuck about that. Ain't no way in the hell. Y'all listen, I'm not balling. I am not balling. I never claim that I am. I can have $40 in my wallet and I can walk up to the store to go get me some Black and Miles. Every time I'm telling you, it's somebody who I'm gonna get some money to. I already know it. And people will be like, if you ain't got it, why is you doing it? I'm not doing fuck shit. I'm helping somebody. You gotta see the beauty in it. Some people could get up and be like, you know what, this is it. Then they come cross paths with you. And you only said something like, hey, gorgeous. And now they want to live. It's like when I be looking at these celebrities or these whoever, and everybody, you get to decide what you want to do with your money. But don't walk around like you a good Samaritan and you not giving back. No. I wish the fuck I would be a fucking millionaire. Like I got 100 M's in my bank account. When I be on live and somebody in my comments talking about, hey, can you help me pay my rent? I'ma have somebody that's a assistant that's getting paid that read my comments to let me know. I got moderators too. Cause Vera is good for messaging me afterwards. Hey, somebody on there asked them, could you pay their rent? But by that time, we'll have a system where they write the name down. That's on YouTube. You gotta wait 24 hours to read the comments. And I gave that lady that reading to Vera. Cause I remember you messaged me. I ain't see it because the comments wasn't going on. But that's why I can't wait to be wealthy. I'm not gonna get my abundance and then I am gonna disappear, but I'm not gonna get my abundance and then just disappear. No. I'm gonna get my abundance and go in the field. I'm gonna make sure the elderly are taken care of, the youth is taken care of. Then I do the people in the middle. And I'm grateful. I thank God Almighty every day for all y'all that are pure. It's like y'all the friends I never had. I chilled with my family today too, Vera. It was good. It wasn't no beef, wasn't no bad vibes, no nothing. I even talked to my little sister. Her daughter graduated, and I seen her son. He came right up to me too. I took a picture of his little red face. He got rosy red cheeks. He ain't fat no more either. He a football player. I said, "Oh, you gonna be a little NFL player." But I got a feeling he gonna be good because he good in football. But I got a feeling he gonna get about 16, 17 and do something like nerd. Like he probably still play football, but I think he gonna give it up. And then my other nephew, I read his fucking energy. Brandon, his ass gonna invent something. Cause we was sitting at the table eating and Tristan was laughing. I said, no, he gonna invent something. I seen it. He gonna invent something. He gonna be wealthy. That's why I told him. I said, God Almighty, please let me be alive. Not so I can get some of his money, just so I could witness it. That's why I tell everybody, be a good Samaritan. Live life, enjoy life, and live it under your circumstances. Like Sarah might can go get a Lambo, but you gotta get a Honda. That don't mean be sad because you in a Honda. No, you be as happy as if you would have been in a Lambo. Everybody that belongs to God Almighty, I want you to have a stable mindset, stable mentality. That means can't nothing break you. I need you to love yourself. I need you to pour into yourself. I need you to pick yourself, believe in yourself, pour, 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 pour. I need you to be genuinely happy. I need y'all to have peace, real peace. I need y'all to have discernment. I need y'all to have high intuition, high frequency. If everybody was good people, then I would want everybody to win. But I'm not gonna get on in this channel and lie to y'all and say I want everybody to win. I don't. I want only God Almighty people to win. I don't care for the devil's kids. If they losing, good. Because the devil's kids damn sure not gonna go out and do God Almighty work. Remember, they're the devil's kids. So let's fuck them. If you look at God Almighty people give without needing social status. They give without needing control. They give without gossiping. It's coming from the heart. When it's coming from the heart, all that other stuff don't it don't show up the way I be thinking because I don't be chilling with nobody. So that's all I can do is think. I remember one day I was just like, damn, these people got all this fucking money. You look at basketball players, NBA players, NFL players, all these people, actors, actresses, surgery people, all you got all of these motherfuckers that's millionaires. It shouldn't be it shouldn't be nobody homeless. Like, what's his name? Jeff Bezos. He could give everybody $1 million. That's why I don't give a fuck. I do shop on Amazon, I'm not gonna lie. But I wouldn't ever hold that scum in high regards. I know y'all like who? Jeff Bezos. You got all this fucking money. I would be ashamed. I wouldn't even let people know that I got that type of money. And it ain't because I'm scared somebody gonna steal. It's because how you got all that money and these people struggling? What are you really doing? I would be fucking, I would be fucking embarrassed. These celebrities, y'all up here buying $1 million pocketbooks. Meanwhile, Sarah don't know when her next meal gonna be. And for those of you who saying, well, that's Sarah's fault. God Almighty don't listen. When God Almighty give you something, I remember I did a reading, right? And I went out and gave some of that money. When God Almighty give you stuff, if God Almighty made me a millionaire, God Almighty didn't make me a millionaire so I can blow money and do all this shit. God Almighty gave me that million because God Almighty gonna put me in people's paths that's gonna need me. If I got all this wisdom, I'm not gonna keep it to myself. I'm going to sprinkle it on other people. The devil's kids and the devil, they got it going where it's oh, only one person can be the big kahuna or da 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 all this bullshit. You see what that got us? Nowhere. Broderick on here, he talking about slaving, working 5 to 6 days and all that stuff. Like that's why we gotta hurry up, y'all. We gotta shift this energy. Cause I don't give a fuck about the devil's kids slaving. They need to slave, cause that's what they are. But God Almighty people, y'all should get up every day and be carefree. You should be able to go on vacation, travel, enjoy your kids if you got them, enjoy your spouse, your family. You should be able to choose whatever it is that you want to do from sunrise to sunset. And that's why I know every last one of y'all, if you choose, because I'm not going to say you're going to get it if you don't choose, you're going to be put in a position where you're going to be able to help the masses, but not in a way where it's the devil's kids. That's why I can't wait for everybody that's on here. I mean, they come to this channel to walk in your purpose. You're gonna really see a lot of y'all. It's people like Vera. She hold herself in high regards, right? When she walk in her purpose, she's gonna hold herself in a higher realm that she didn't even think that she possibly could. Same thing with Broderick. They can hold themselves in high regards, but when God Almighty put them in that purpose, they gonna be like, God damn. You're gonna really see. Divine beings are really like that. Every last one of us is really like that. Not lying. I'm not saying that to say you don't wolf ticket or buy clothes for the kids. I see on Instagram a guy, Romeo in New York. He does really good. He goes on the street to shop or a vendor and say 2 hours. Now I pay for everybody food. That's why I gotta be a billionaire. My money ain't like that. I can only give a little bit. I ain't even gonna lie. I think the biggest help I did was buy that boy a hotel room. That was the biggest one. Like that lady, she got a $10,000 loan, but that's that I didn't give her that. I just opened up the portal and transferred the energy. But that boy at that hotel, he ain't had nowhere to. He told like that's what. And then when I could only give him one day, because I was gonna see if the lady would let him get the rooms for $40. That bitch is wicked. Not the one where I'm at. I said, that bitch is wicked. And I told him, I said, man, because he was like, what you feel bad for? I'm thinking, because he kept saying, yes, ma'am. He said, I'm grateful that you did this. He said, one night. And I told him, I said, when I help people, I like to really help people. I said that this is why I got to be in a better position. Because if you would have called, if he would have, let's say I did have the funds, I would have been able to put him in there for a while. That's why people shouldn't be homeless and people shouldn't be hungry. If you're naked, we came in the world naked. And I know y'all like ill, but I'm just being funny. But should nobody be homeless or hungry? Nobody. Unless you the devil's kids. That's why if I got it, I give it.
And I don't give it to be held in high regards or to for them to pay me back or say that they fucking owe me or so I can have a high social status. You know, certain people like the devil's kids. They'll be like, oh well, I'm gonna give you this $200 for a light bill, and then they go and they be like, oh well, I had to get them this or da 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 da. They be like, da, 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 like they be it's demonic versus somebody who be like, okay, well I gave you $200, then just give it back to me when you can. And they going to work, they eating with their kids. You don't never hear them like, oh well, da da da. It's like the devil's kids. That's why I can't wait for the devil and his kids to get removed permanently. Cause they the reason why shit is shitty. They the ones who come up with fucked up systems like property tax, house tax. You go to China, when you buy your house or buy anything, that's it. They're not making you pay taxes on shit. That's why a lot. That's like they created a system where people can buy a house, but then you don't really own your house because if you don't pay the property tax, a person could have paid their house off. If they don't pay the property tax over here in America, they will come and take your house. I don't like the rules here. It shouldn't be no taxes at all on nothing because the taxes that the money that they're accumulating, it's not going to the greater the good for the public. It's going in the politicians' pockets. How do I know? Look at these shitty ass roads. Look at the veterans that's outside. Look at how many people is homeless. Look how all this stuff, all they give a fuck about is money, 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 money. If you care about money so much, why don't you just print it off? You can make the money. Duh. But by them just printing the money and using it, it fucks up their system. So you know that their system is bad. Let me say it again. They won't just print off money because it fucks up their system. I know y'all like, what do you mean by that? Meaning if they printed off $1 billion, it's gonna fuck their system up when they can just print money out. The devil and his kids just love trying to make mighty people kids' life miserable. But they can never do that because in the misery, we still smile. That's why all of y'all, when y'all become your billionaire, get that billionaire energy. I already know every last one of y'all gonna do right. Y'all all got help me energy, meaning you're gonna help whoever. Like if you come in contact with somebody need help, you're gonna. It's like you're gonna willingly give it. You ain't gonna have no reason to. You could even have a time where you ain't have shit. Most of God Almighty people, when we give, it's for a pure reason, but I mean it's for pure energy, but it's because we know what it feel like. I told both of them, I said, hey, whether y'all believe it or not, I said, I know what it feel like to not have nobody. I said, you be shit out of luck. That used to be my whole fucking mentality until I created this YouTube. I'm not gonna lie to you. If I didn't have something, I knew, oh well. And I know y'all like I used to, I'm dead ass. If I couldn't get my hands on it, then it was a, oh well. I wouldn't, So anybody that I see, and don't listen to this and think, oh well, I'm a messenger and accept negative, because I felt somebody vibe. Anytime I can help somebody, I help them because they don't got nobody. Where they gonna get it from? Who they gonna get it from? They could be on they last straw. That's why I promote what God Almighty say push. Connection with God Almighty. Be your authentic self. Be of purity. Let shit happen naturally. As soon as I become a billionaire, I ain't gonna lie, I'm gonna buy me a house if I ain't got one already. Get it built. Then, because I gotta be honest with y'all. Then, baby, I'm going outside. I told God Almighty, I said, damn, I'm ready to be in the field. Guess what God Almighty said? You in the field. Like I'm in the field, but I don't got the billions. You need to click them billions so I can really be in the field. God Almighty, I already know. You give me $1 billion, Brittany not about. I'm not about to act better than nobody. I'm not about to shit on nobody. I'm not about to do nothing but but fucking help people. And that's no cap. That's what I thought my main purpose was. I said it's to help people. I know it is. It don't matter which group of friends, family, whoever, I'm always giving something. I'm always helping somebody. And I'm not ashamed or embarrassed. I don't want to stop it. I love helping people. I really do. It's just something, it's an energy that you get back, knowing that you put a smile on somebody's face or knowing that you gave them. See, here they go with my phone. Knowing that you gave them life. Y'all, my phone get ready to come off. All kind of food, bags. Oh, hold up. Last year when Cap Verde had a big storm, I sent money to a friend. She made bags for people that live around the house off my parents there. Yeah, I was getting ready to say, yeah, my phone gonna go off. Yeah, my phone gonna go off because it's saying it's overheating. But that's what I'm telling you. When you walk in your purpose, where um, you just had to separate from certain energies. When you separate from those energies, all the stuff that you've been accumulating spiritually for 2 years, it's gonna all fall on you. Like let's say God Almighty had $1 million for you, couldn't get it because you was around that energy. So that's what I'm telling you. You're gonna be able to have organizations if you want to, nonprofits. But I feel like you're gonna be want to nonprofits. But I feel like you're gonna be not where you at though. Feel like you might can go to Africa and do. Hey y'all, I just seen a picture of Lotto and then she had essence on the cord. But you can be doing it anywhere. I'm not saying that you won't do stuff where you at, like where you from. But I feel like your calling is gonna have you be everywhere. It's on repeat. Can you hear me now? That's cause my phone was doing it. It was overheating allegedly, but it ain't even. It ain't even hot at all. That's why. Here it go. Now it's saying phone overheating. So yeah, I'm really about to get off of here. But I see that though. I don't see you just being in the Netherlands. I can see you being everywhere else. When you shift your energy, all that's going. And before I go, let me say this, Beard. Your son is gonna be a helper. It's crazy. He love helping people. He's a young person. It don't matter if it's giving advice, stopping them from getting bullied, anything. He got the same energy. Helper. Cause remember I told you he gonna be sports smart and also book smart. He got good vibes, good energy. That's why whatever he see you, like when you get, like when you shift your energy, watch. I mean, when you move, when you leave that environment, watch how your energy shift. Watch, like pay attention. You could have been like, damn, why all this shit coming to me? Because it was being held in a box until you got to where God Almighty told you to go, which would be your new house. Read that. He doing well, school sports. You can't hear anything, bro. 5 weeks I'll be going to camp. Oh yeah, I remember that. Make sure you get them, man. Make sure you get them damn mangoes. You still can't hear me, Broderick. I got 2 mangoes in the refrigerator right now. I'm waiting for them to get right so I can bang them. Child, I'm about to get off here before they do the overheat again. Cause I'm like, what the hell? I can hear you now. Yeah, it was repeating because my phone said 20. It was heating, overheating. I don't see how, and it ain't even hot at all. Normally, when it says overheating, it do be a little hot. Yeah, let me go ahead and get off here. I'm gonna let it go off, then I'm gonna come back so I can say the outro. Yes, and papayas. See, I ain't never really ate that plain. I done ate the seeds. Sugar cane, yes. I need some of that. I need some sugar cane. That's good for your teeth. Okay, y'all about to get up off of here because it's going in and out. Y'all know it's the 22nd. It's overheating. So HBBs and Divine Beans, I'll come back on live tomorrow. Where today, it'll probably be like at 6, 8, 7. I mean around, no, because I'm gonna eat. It'll probably be around 10 maybe. But HVBs and divine beans. You get some of that sugar cane, save me some. Look. The Africans use that to brush their teeth, and I think that Africans got the prettiest goddamn teeth. See, I'm gonna go over there. HBBs and divine beings. You have a grand day or a grand night, Vera, or a grand afternoon. May God Almighty be with you, within you, and surrounding you. Shalom.